Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. Before I get into your readings, I just wanted to take a moment of acknowledgement that if you're still here and watching this, then you have held a great deal of patience for me as November and December were overwhelming for me, to say the least. And I wanted to offer apology to you for not being more present like my soul would have had me be more present. I have missed being here for all of you, more than any of you will realize. This will not happen again. I am changing things around in my life to ensure it, because at the end of the day, my soul family and my soul work and what I do, now more than ever, I'm very clear with myself that this is where I am meant to be and this is what I am meant to be doing, and it's meant to be with you. So thank you for still being here. Thank you for your patience. I am eternally grateful, and I look forward to being more consistently present for you. Enjoy the readings. I hope the hindsight serves you well.
So, Taurus, this is your November, moving through to December, and guidance into the new year. All right. In November, you present yourself as the Three of Wands. Okay. You're surrounded by the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Ten of Wands, which shows up again in December, and the Strength card clarified by the Lover's card. The energy I'm feeling for your November, I think you're contemplating moving in a new direction, or have taken the first step knowingly or unknowingly. I believe that there is someone behind the scenes, a third-party situation behind the scenes. Someone you do not see or know, that I don't feel like they're in your realm, okay? But I do feel like something is going on with this energy, this person behind your back. With that said, I think someone who is standing next to you in life, someone who is in your life, is very petty with you. I think that they, when they communicate, tend to snip at you, okay? And I feel like it's because of this third-party influence on them. I think this person is in their ear, filling their head with thoughts that they should not be having, conversations that are only of detriment to them, okay? So this third party, I don't feel like you're dealing with them directly, but I feel like that you are dealing with someone who is dealing with them directly, and it's indirectly affecting you. And you're feeling this spiritual oppression because of it, the energy drain, the energy pressure because of it in November. And I think you're being really strong and choosing to be in your best light. I feel as if you are silencing your own ego, who wants to snap and roar at the person you're dealing with, because you understand they are not in union with themselves. They're not happy, healthy, whole. They're dealing with shadow people because they themselves are dealing with their inner shadows. They haven't healed out of that yet. And so I feel like you are essentially being the bigger person in November. Okay? because you're aware whoever you're dealing with is bringing some toxic, heavy energy your way. And you're kind of like the kidney or the liver is filtering out the toxins, right? So that they don't reach the rest of the body as a whole. It's kind of like what I feel you're doing. It's almost like, all right, I know you're toxic because you're dealing with toxic people, because you're a hurt person in there and you do not have your soul together. And so I'm just going to shut my mouth and not make matters worse, right? In November, but it's heavy. Whoever you're dealing with is energetically heavy. And they definitely have a third party chirping in their ear. It's not helpful. Moving into December, because you're leaving November with strength. Okay, you're leaving November with strength, and I feel as if you are, in choosing to be strong and silence your own ego and not cause more problems with this very shadow distracted person, I feel as though you are essentially being a guardian angel or showing mercy, right? Because they deserve whatever the fuck they should get. They might deserve the roar. They might deserve the bullshit back. And you're showing mercy and not giving it to them. Okay? You're showing compassion. You're showing mercy instead. Come December, especially if you're a Taurus North node, or if you have strong Sagittarian energy in your chart, because you present yourself as the Aeon, or the Judgment card, clarified by Temperance, which is a Sagittarian card. And Judgment is a very scorpionic energy, but the actual image on the card, the universal mother, the cosmic sky, is in the shape of North Node. Okay. I know you can't see it all the way that picture is. However, you can kind of see where I'm going with the Judgment card. You're coming at things with divine knowledge, okay? And you're working with shadow people in shadow, and working your magic, working your alchemy in order to bring them back into the light, using compassion and mercy, right? Understanding to help them heal. I believe you're in your light. I believe you're supported by your light. You have the sun card next to you. And the sun is beautiful. I think the divine in and of itself in December is very aware and potentially in praise of your strength, that you would choose light over shadow to help others lost in their shadow heal, that you would be a light bringer to the shadow of others so that they could see, that they could reach their own conclusions, right, about who is healthy for them in life and who is not. You have a King of Discs. The princes in this deck, particularly the Mirror of the Soul Tarot, the princes are the equivalent to the kings. The King of Discs is also in your reality, and so is the Five of Wands. Now, the King of Discs may definitely be representative of that third-party person, someone who is extremely money-minded, money-focused, greedy, even, okay? This could be someone who can sniff out an opportunity and make it lucrative for themselves. This is someone who comes off very transparent or raw. Like they're trustworthy. Like if you follow their advice, you'll be stable and successful and financially set like they are. All right. This is someone whose ego is quite fixed and potentially very stubborn. They want what they want. They set goals and they go after it. And I do believe that they were influencing someone who's very young-minded, right? They do not see the higher perspective. They're very young-minded, very short-sighted thinking. And gullible even. I feel like whoever the person you're dealing with that you're holding compassion and mercy for is very gullible and easily influenced by people they see in a position of power, or that they envy or wish that they were in the same position as, right? Of course I'll take their advice. They have what I don't have and I want it. So I'll listen to them. Not necessarily seeing past that immediate reality into, well, how did they get it though? Was it light? By means of light? Was it fair? Was it based from love, or did they take it from people? Did they manipulate people? Were they cunning? You know what I mean? Like, whoever you're dealing with is not seeing beyond the facade of or shiny of this person. And I think you're dealing with a lot of internal strife over it, because I feel like whoever this young-minded person is that's in your life, I think you care about them a lot. They may be younger than you, okay? Maybe not, but maybe. And you see how easily influenced they are. And it's almost like you know that you can't intervene or tell them what you see as a mature adult, because a child is not going to understand the adult's perspective. They're going to see it from the child's perspective because they're a child. And it's kind of like what you're dealing with. It's kind of like you're dealing with a child, whether they're grown or not. And they have their own short-sighted perspective, and you telling them the truth about what you see is not going to change it. And I think that truth, that you are feeling the oppressed energy, is coming to light by the end of December, and that you probably need to cut your person off and or keep them at a very healthy distance and not let them interfere with your energy as much and your day as much, draining you. That you have to let them do their thing and go their own way and figure it out. That you'll be there for them when they snap back into reality and they're a grown up again, or grown up for the first time. The reality is, no matter how much compassion and mercy you hold, if they're oppressive, they're oppressive, energetically speaking. If they're easily influenced by other people that they admire or want to be like, more than they admire or want to be like you in a moment, because, you know, short-sightedness kind of forgets what's important sometimes. Who's actually in their corner sometimes. We admire the wrong qualities. I think you are of the awareness of oppressive is oppressive. And if you can't reach this person, and any attempt to would only push them further away, it's almost like you kind of have to let them dig their own grave and just back off and separate yourself from their energy as much as possible, because they're on a lesson learning curve somewhere. They're figuring out a life lesson somewhere with someone else. And this very influential person is a karmic lesson for them. A lesson they need to learn in this lifetime. May have been from past lives. A debt, a karmic debt that needs to be learned and cleared from past lives because it wasn't learned before. And there's nothing you could do to stop them from learning that lesson, because the universe will have its way. And you understand that. You understand that. No matter how much you want to save someone, the truth is, the only person who can ever save anyone is the self. Only the self can save the self, and no one else can save anyone. Whoever you're dealing with has to learn. So the guidance card going into the new year is faith in the process. And it says, no matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in the pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. That is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. It can shift, bend, and move in ways that defy limitation. It can affect, evoke, influence situations through invisible but undeniably persuasive means. You're in a situation where you cannot, quote, set right the course of events all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does it suggest that you are not strong enough. It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Sometimes a bigger plan needs to manifest for the benefit of humanity and the earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are a part of the greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. This is what is happening now. You happen to be instrumental to the greater plan, and as such, you need to accept your position and be moved, while also being empowered and protected as you make personal progress through your role in the grander scheme. This is a time for humility and trust. You need complete faith in the processes and events that are happening. There is nothing to worry about. You will be moved most fully and easily, and with the most grace and assistance, through your faithful surrender. Ironically, it is through complete surrender and total faith that we become the most empowered. When we are no longer trying to impede the perfection of the greater plan, we can be aligned with and moved by the process. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out, have a joke at our expense, or carelessly toss us about as though we mean nothing, then we can relax a little. Having faith in the process gives you space to be curious about what is taking place and to relax enough to be open to what we are most in need of, even if we aren't exactly sure what it is or how it can happen. The guidance from this oracle comes direct from the greater source of life itself. There is an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you are currently in to the next chapter in your life story. You can't do it on your own. It's too big a shift. It needs the grace of life to intervene on your behalf, and you will need faith through. Quote, I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you, and I am guiding you into all that is rightfully yours. Know that what is rightfully yours is what your heart truly desires, and you need not fear loss. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. End quote. Spirit. So, Taurus. Understand that because you are aware of the fact that you can't be distracted like this other person is distracted, the universe is going to put you in a position where your wonderful alignment can be put to proper use, where your alchemizing skills can be put to good use, where your resurrection of the authentic self, the whole self as an earth angel here, can be put to good use, where your ability to put compassion and mercy and understanding before ego and roar is appreciated. You can't reach who you can't reach, and that's okay because Spirit can. And who you can reach, Spirit will put you in that path. And that is your November, December into the new year recap reading. Hindsight's 2020, right? So trust where you're going and trust they are in good hands. This is Grace Nicole Myths signing out. Know that my love and support is with you always. And remember to love each other. And most importantly, love yourself. Take care.